Imagine yourself at the last time you were truly happy. Not putting on a performance of being, so for a job interview or for networking on socials. No, not the times when you acted like it for the people at a person's party or other type of event either. The time when you really had no care in the world besides the emotionally satisfying moments happening in front of you. Now, if you are the type of person that's seriously high vibrational, or at least try your best to be most of the time, living your life seeing beauty in whatever you can in a world where a lot of people live towards being obsessed with draining and using your energy for their own benefit, like the types of scientists obsessed with making a Dyson sphere around the sun, I'm writing this for you. As I write this, I'm imagining that I'm speaking to the type of person that likes sharing their warmth all the time without expecting anything but the person/people's happiness and or satisfaction in return. Giving love and care to anyone who needs it when they can. This is a beautiful way to be. It's pretty much the best way to be, and everyone that they've interacted with who is in their right mind agrees to this. They go around just being this way, and this is true joy. They're satisfied. Then they meet some new types of people. These people are pretty neutral-minded most of the time. Not too happy and carefree like the person I imagine, yet not some terrible evil people either. These people just strike a balance in the middle. Also, they may not truly have their own sense of self that they haven't learned from popular people in society, such as popular people in their families or friend circles, authors, actors, or content creators of some kind. Most likely this is a school, work, or home setting. Somewhere that this person and those people all feel like they have no choice but to be obligated to be at, trying to grind to meet their life goals. This alone already puts a lot of stress on these neutral-minded people, while the person I imagine mostly focuses on just doing their best, trying to not let this feeling of walking their self into a prison every day cloud their judgment of reality. So the person I imagine shows up to whatever this place is, and just is their self in the way that I'm describing in this scenario. Then comes when this person starts leaning into the confidence of exuding their kindness a little too heavily in the wrong environment such as this. Before they realize their mistake, they didn't notice or give much thought to signs of hidden disapproval of their personality, like the uncomfortable looks at them, the strained tone of someone trying their best to sound like they tolerate them, or the difference between a backhanded compliment or a genuine one. By the time they notice and start realizing just how long the mindsets of these neutral-minded people around them have been tormented by the aura their probably overly bubbly personality gives off, it's too late. The person notices every little way they react negatively to them. Once they see it, they can't unsee it. After a few months of now noticing how much of a joke they are to these people, it feels like there's nothing they can do. So what could this person do now? They evolve, not in the villain origin story way, but in the Pokemon evolution way. They become themselves, but with more features that add to who they were previously in positive ways. Like Pokemon, everyone is different and evolution fits what their corporeal form knows is best for them, so there's no one-size-fits-all way that evolution works for everyone. As this person who has no choice but to either stay as an inconvenience to insecure people or to evolve. It's up to you to play a real-life logic game where you pick up context clues that teach you how to be someone who can still be kind and also protect your feelings from people who treat you like a failed science experiment. In times where you face opposition from people who may not have their own sense of self that isn't borrowed from their favorite popular celebrities/content creators, in my opinion, the best way to counter is to be everything their favorite people are not. If you're trying to be what they want, that most likely shallow popular personality that they copy and pasted has them thinking they're on a pedestal high enough to look down on you. If you let yourself embrace less popular mindsets such as being proud of weird, childish, or complex intellectual interests, you can start making them uncomfortable, which is exactly what you want. When you switch your kindness vibe from being palatable to being highly eccentric, they have no blueprint for how to navigate that because they were too busy learning blueprint to being agreeable and palatable. So when you initiate this change, watch what happens in just a few weeks. If you start noticing how the personalities of those people around you are changing slightly, such as how they're now into your interests or like adopting traits in your personality and casually making sure to mention it in conversations they are having near you as if it was their idea to be into these things, you're now the driving force behind who they are as people while you're in their life, whether they're conscious of that or not, whether they admit that or not. In this way, you've now won the respect you deserved from the beginning, not because you're somehow better than them, it's because you've taught them kindness. These people never reacted well to a genuine, kind person because of whatever issues they've had in life with themselves and or others before you came along. And now they're consciously or subconsciously trying to follow a new way to see the world that isn't based on forget you, I got mine types of shallow tendencies. It's not easy to know that you've done the work to activate a more evolved version of yourself. If you know you have a sensitive heart, this feeling will most likely come with feeling isolated from feeling too different than most, or ending up being overly cautious of new people who seem just like you because you know you've been betrayed by others who come off like you before. Or if you're not careful and don't take time to meditate, reflect on humanity as a whole, and have mediums for which you can express yourself freely and openly without judgment, such as talking to a good therapist, you could cycle back to becoming what you were trying to be the opposite of in the first place. It's not easy to truly know your worth in a way that wasn't taught to you in some one-size-fits-all lecture. Once you do, though, you may come off cringe to people not comfortable doing the same work on themselves as you did. But unlike them, you are free.